They tell us Jesus died at 33. No, it's funny, that's the highest degree in masonry. They put subliminals in.
Hi, this message I'm about to share is not necessarily for the exposure of any individual or groups, but is mainly for the purpose of awareness and a warning to those who may be a part of a system that uses the tactics that I'm about to share, which are mentioned in the F.B.I. Black Messiah program, which is viewable to the mass by simply typing in F.B.I. Black Messiah on your Google bar. I'm not saying that the F.B.I. are the ones involved in the gangstalking we hear about today, but it's an indication that some may have followed some tactics that were used in the past by the F.B.I. And that it's not something to brush under the rug and call those who say they're being gangstalked crazy. Because if the F.B.I. used it before, who says another entity isn't using those tactics today? Some of their main goals are to prevent certain groups and leaders from gaining respectability by discrediting them to three separate segments of the community. The goal of discrediting these individuals must be handled tactically in three ways. You must discredit those groups and individuals to first, the responsible Negro community. Second, they must be discredited to the white community, both the responsible community and to liberals who have vestiges of sympathy. Third, these groups must be discredited in the eyes of Negro radicals, the followers. So you may see those who gangstalk individuals push false narratives and say things like this person is crazy, or this person is a part of a hate group, etc. This is done for two reasons. One is to justify their action towards an innocent people or person. And two is to keep you from hearing the message that the individual that they are stalking may have, being the base of why the gang stalking is initiated. They don't want the mass knowing certain information that this individual who they are stalking may have. Don't think of this as too far-fetched, especially for those who are believers of the Bible. In John chapter 15, verse 20, the Messiah told his followers that if he was persecuted, his followers will be persecuted as well. Gang stalking is modern day persecution, and the tactics that they are using now was used on our Messiah, Yahushua. I'll give you a few examples. Matthew chapter 2, 3 and 4 in the summarization. Herod assembled groups of people to hunt or stalk the Messiah. Luke chapter 6 and 7, they will watch the Messiah closely. Matthew chapter 22, verse 15 to 22. They plot on ways to trap him by talking nicely, meanwhile having hidden agendas. Luke chapter 20 and 20. They sent spies who would act righteous in order to get a statement from him so they can turn him into the government. And lastly, John 10 and 39. They constantly were trying to seize him. So now I'll give you an example or examples of the tactics used under Dr. J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI's counterintelligence program in 1960. In practice, they use infiltration, legal harassment. Sounds funny even saying that. Legal harassment, disinformation, and sometimes extra legal intimidation. And again, I'm not saying that the FBI is responsible for these actions as of today, but these tactics were used in the 1960s, which you can view under City University of New York. Most people that are a part of these actions of gang stalking and etc. don't understand the severity of their actions. Each day you go out, you are literally attempting murder. Stay with me. Being followed, harassed, and having to endure legal intimidation is frightening for some, and most of all, stressful. Stress causes many illnesses like colds and flu, cancer, stomach ulcers, post-traumatic stress disorders, and heart diseases, which are potentially fatal. So that is another reason these systems, that gangstalk and etc., use an excessive amount of justification and excuses on why they do what they do, even if it's by lying, discrediting, slandering, and many other things. It's their tactic to hide the fact that they are inhumane and that their moral compass is totally off and just pure evil. So as I said in the beginning, this isn't to expose anyone, but rather to raise awareness that this is real. Not only do you see it on the FBI Black Messiah tactics, it is also prophesied in the Bible in John chapter 15, verse 20. So my other reasoning for this was to tell all those who may be a part of the system like this to stop, repent, and get your soul back because you have sold it. Some knowingly and some unknowingly. Much love and understanding to the victims who experience these things, and much love and sorrow for those who connected themselves with the systems that do these such things and have no dignity or attempt to change. There's a special place for people like that, and I wish it on no one. So much sorrow and love if you don't change. The system like this, each day you go out and you literally attempt murder and murder individuals. And you know why you get away innocently? Because it's one of those things where you can turn around and say, oh, it's just a natural cause. They had cancer. Oh, they had stress. They had a heart attack. So you throw your rock and hide your hand knowing that you're the true cause. You're the true cause for it. Please change. It's not too late to win your soul back. Shalom and love to everybody out there. All esteem to Yahuwah and his son, Yahushua HaMashiach. Thank you.